Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. We've just got back from a local market. It's Saturday afternoon. The market was a couple of villages further up the valley, and there were lots of artisan. It was an artisan kind of market where people took their homemade preserves, cheeses, things that they baked or made. There was jewellery. There was also lots of second-hand things like crockery and household goods. Lots of plants, which I loved, and actually managed to talk to a young man who had grown lots and lots of trees from seed, and he was selling those. So we managed to get a loquat tree, which is a fruit tree, and 4, I can't even remember what they're called. Darren will have to put the name of it on here, but it was a lovely community market. And one of our neighbours who lives here in our village was there because she is a fully trained masseuse, and she was giving sort of short massages so people could get to know that she is here and it's what she does. So I actually had reflexology on my feet, just lying there with everyone watching. It was lovely. It was so relaxing, and I can still feel the benefit like in my feet and in my calves. Really enjoyed it. But we're back and we're working on building the box that's going to house our composting toilet here in our smallest room. That's what we're doing this afternoon. Oh gosh, that looks like a prison cell. What we're doing at the moment is just determining the height, and we have our back piece in and we know that it's level, and we've built up a small platform to hold our bucket, and then it will have a top piece on and then a toilet seat, and it'll all be fabulous. A big upgrade to what we've had for the last year or so.
Yeah, so as Elaine's just explained, what we've done is we've levelled this off to the height that we need. The reason we've done that first, as opposed to making the legs and sticking this on top of the legs, is that the floor in this room is like that. Not so much, it's a little bit more like that. But what that means is that each of our legs is going to be a slightly different height. So we figured that what we do is level this and then measure the gap for each of our legs that needs to go in.
It looks very straight.
And it's level on front to back.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Well, we've done as much as we can do today. We've got all of the frame in place. We have some large sheets of wood that we're going to use for the front and the top, and then there will be a hinged lid on both sides. That's down in the garden house, a bit wet at the moment, and I've just got another notification that we're under another 36-hour severe weather warning for tomorrow. So it may or may not get done tomorrow. So our frame was finished and we've cracked on and we've cut the top and the front panel. We had to nip down the land to do that because we had a big sheet of this in the garden house. It was a bit too damp for the camera, so we didn't film any of that, I'm afraid. But we're back. We have our top piece here. It fits in pretty well. But what we now need to do is take a strip off the back, and then that will be secured to the frame permanently, and then that's what we'll use to attach our opening lid with some hinges. And we're also going to cut it down the centre here so that we have 2 doors that will open. This side will be storage for all of our wood chips and our medium that we use. The other side will open to allow us to take the big bucket out when that needs to be changed. We also cut the front panel here, but I think we were just a bit too accurate. It doesn't quite fit purely because the floor isn't flat and the walls aren't straight. So we need to take a little bit out of this corner here, and then hopefully that will slide into place. So we're going to do that now. So we had a few little fiddly adjustments, mainly, as I say, because the floor's not flat and the walls aren't straight. So we've had to do a little bit of jiggery pokery on the edge, mainly this side here, but it's now in, it's flat, so we can attach it to our frame.
So it looks as though the power saw has given up the ghost. We've tried all 3 power stations on it and it's not working. So we're going to now revert to the jigsaw and give that a try. And that might mean that our template will be slightly out now. So...
Oh, strangely not.
Actually, the template for the jigsaw is exactly the same as for the circular saw.
Good.
Okay, so we're going to give that a go with this one and see if this works. Yeah. Because we've been on this job for about 20 minutes now. Let's give it a go. Okay.
We've got all of our pieces for our box in place. We've got our backboard on, our 2 lids which have been cut. We've got hinges on both sides. What I am going to have to do is sort of sand away a little bit here, because there's just a little bit of resistance on the wall here. Max is starving because it's that time of evening. We need to cut the hole out. What then? See, it's so bad you have to come and say, "Ma, I'm starving." Yeah? Jumpy down because it's slippy. Jump down. Jump down. Go on, so you don't hurt yourself. Good lad. So we need the hole cut in for our toilet seat, and then the toilet seat fixing in place. And then the whole thing will need to be painted several times. But that's been a good day's work. Really pleased with that. Time to go make some dinner and feed poor Max. Hello, and here's another day. We went food shopping this morning. Didn't expect to be doing anything else, but Darren just said, "Oh, let's just pop into MaxMat and check." Let me see if these give you a clue. Yep. So what we'd been looking for was some guttering, and whoa, lift it up and over your head. We got some. So we have a break in the weather, although those clouds look really bad, and as you can tell from the light coming in and out, the sky is moving really quickly. So we're going to crack on with this and try and get it done. Just back over your head again. There we go. What we have found is these are what you fix your guttering supports to, and it attaches to your roof. Now these are usually made for tiles. Tiles are much thicker than what we have on our porch roof, so what we're going to have to do is retrofit it with some kind of noggin that fits in here. So my job now is to cut 5 noggins, and Darren is attaching all of the supports to the clips.
So the rain has started, and I suppose it's a good test of the water coming off the roof though, I suppose. But yeah, that's the first one in. Looks nice and straight, and the noggin situation seems to have helped quite well. It's actually holding on really well, actually.
Yeah.
I think the rain's getting a little bit heavier now, so I'm coming in.
Yeah, I think you can come in now.
I can come in now.
Wouldn't let him in before when it was just spitting. Well, as it's raining outside, we've given up on that till the rain passes over, and we've come back inside to continue on with what we were doing yesterday. And this is not an Easter egg hunt, it's the template we took from our toilet seat. And so what we're doing at the moment, we've positioned our template and the toilet seat in place, and that's where it needs to go. Darren's made the first initial hole with the drill here, and he's just getting the jigsaw ready to cut out the required shape. Spot on, love. Well done.
It's not too bad.
Well, that went really smoothly. I had horrible visions of things going wrong and the hole and shape being completely wrong. But that's great. Sorry, love.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Because it's hard to do curves and what have you.
Well, I'll let you off then in that case.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a diss against your skills.
No, I know.
Okay, so toilet seat is not attached, it's just sitting in place to show how beautiful it's going to be. So that's what it will look like. It stopped raining, so we're now going to jump back to doing the guttering, because what we need is the sander, which I left down in the garden house, and I've got all of this to sand and paint several times, get the wood all primed, and then we'll be able to attach the toilet seat. But that's brilliant. That feels like quite a stride has gone forward. And whilst we were sitting having our lunch, I was sitting and I was thinking, ooh, what we really need in there, this little room, is some storage. Loo roll, towels, you know, toiletries, that kind of stuff. And I have a plan for that. So, okay, let's get back on with the guttering then. Don't you just love the flowery toilet seat?
So we got the first one up on the roof, the bracket and the support for the guttering, just to test out the angle. I think, as we said earlier, these are designed for going onto a more slanted roof. So there, as you can see, if I held it like that, our guttering wouldn't really fit in. So I've had to bend this to put it to a shape which would fit our roof a little bit better. So our roof will now go into there about that angle, and that will make that a much nicer angle for our water to flow away.
Yeah, it's what we had to do on the garden house, wasn't it?
We did, yeah. Slightly had to bend them. They're not too difficult to bend. They're okay. And I think they're probably designed for that, because there's going to be lots of different sloping roofs. Definitely. I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's ready to go up now as well. This is our second one.
Yeah.
So we're going to put 3 up because our guttering is 3 meters long, and then we'll come to the second piece afterwards.
Yep.
Okay. So that's all of the guttering finished then, and it looks like it might actually stop the water coming down the front of our house. Make it a little bit more comfortable yet again. The porch is already really good. It's been tested under extreme weather conditions and it's working really well. So I think this guttering is just going to add a little bit to it really, and just stop the water coming directly down. It'll take the water away. Yeah, nice. Need it all.
Thank you.
Yeah?
I'll use this smaller patch here for my aloes françaises, which is like a garlicky leek, and then the two end patches that we've just prepared for the onions, mix of red and white. Ah, there's my dibber.
Did you want to say we're down the land doing some onions?
Okay.
Because we've just turned up off doing the...
Yeah, we're making the most, as you can see, we're making the most of a lovely evening. After you've seen us, we've been working in the rain, doing the guttering. Then when it was too heavy, we went indoors and did the toilet seat. And now we've just got this wonderful, wonderful sunny evening. And yeah, have to get my leeks and my onions in. So off we go. I've got a bit of space left and I've got some garlic, so I'm just going to pop the garlic into this little space that I've got left, and that'll save it being just bare. So you reach the other side for me, love?
Oh yeah, that's some dibbing.
Dibbing, more dibbing.
More dibbing.
You'll have passed your dibbing apprenticeship.
Cool. It's kind of perfect, isn't it, having it garlic and onions together?
It's all same family.
Same, yeah.
Okay.
So the garlic is going a little bit deeper than the onions went?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, the onions have been quite shallow, haven't they?
Yeah.
Then the garlic goes down, what, about...
Oh,
2-3
times the depth?
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Good. You pushed them right down?
Pushed them down as far as I'm confident to push them, yeah. Without breaking them.
Lovely. That'll do.
Okay, that'll do. That'll do. So with all the rain that's been coming down in the last few days, we've managed to fill 3 IBCs worth of water. So this is our rain water collection IBC. And then what happens is we send it down from that IBC down to 2 IBCs down there and a other form of water capture. What are these called, Elaine? These wine buckets? Dorner, yes. And it holds about 1,000 litres. So it holds about the same as an IBC. And we're not using it now because we're not plunge pooling. So we have a Dorner full of water, an IBC and another IBC. As well as that, right down here, we have almost a full pond. We haven't seen it looking like this for quite a while. So that's looking really good too. So lots of water on the land at the moment, which is really nice to see.
Well, that was a lovely end to a lovely day. Quite a variety of things that we've got done. So I think we'll leave it there for today. We'll pick you up tomorrow and let's see what we get done then.
If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Okay, so next day, as you've seen, the gutter's working really well, and what I did just as it was starting to rain, I took these outside the lids and I sanded them all down. I've rounded the edges and I've rounded the edges on the holes. I also sanded the spiky bits on the wall where it was catching on both sides. So now it actually opens up much better. Now all I need is to decide how I'm going to treat this. I do want it to be a washable, wipeable surface, so it's going to all have to be really sealed.
So this is the doorway that we were filling all of the gaps in on the last video, and we're just sanding it down now just to make it a little bit smoother so it's ready for painting. So when I'm sanding it down, I'm using 120 grit sandpaper, but I'm not using any electricity. I'm just using this because it's a nice flat edge, and then I'm able just to rub it away. But this isn't plaster, and therefore we're not getting a really smooth finish on it. It's the Diera mix, which has got, I think it's got a bit of sand in it and maybe a bit of cement. So it's a little bit rough, but the rest of the house is a little bit rough anyway. So as I'm sanding it, it's definitely getting a lot smoother.
It looks a lot better than it
does look a lot better, yeah, I agree, but it's not as smooth as any plaster is going to be or anything like that. So yeah. But for us, it's doing the job. Absolutely.
And it matches the existing finish.
It matches the rough existing finish of the rest of the house, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
If we put plaster on here and it was absolutely perfect, which it would never be, but if it was, then it just wouldn't match, would it? At least the rough edges match the rest of the rough edges.
Good.
Yeah, it's looking good. So yeah, just doing a little bit of sand, and then Elaine's going to get on and paint it.
I just wanted to say thank you very much to Carol for sending us her original artwork. I love it, especially the landscape ones with like the heat which we're needing at the moment when it's chilly as it is and wet. But fabulous, and so kind of you to think of us. Thank you very much. Good morning. Here you find me varnishing the toilet. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say, but we got some yacht varnish, very hard exterior maritime varnish, which is exactly what I need to seal the wood around our composting toilet. So it's had, this is its third coat that is going on now. It's taking a long time to dry between each coat because the humidity is so high because we're just having rain every day. But it's a quick job, so it's something I'm doing every morning and then leaving it all day to dry and then doing another coat the next day. So it's looking really good, but it is taking a long time. And I think that's the third coat finished. I think 3 should be enough, don't you? Good job. While we're here, what I want to show you is something Darren's been working on for over a week. Obviously, part of that was waiting for stuff to arrive, but let's have a look. A couple of people mentioned, what are you going to do with the big hole in your toilet room ceiling? Because it's the access to the roof. So let's have a look. So what Darren has made, using things that we already had, was he's made this panel, cut out a block for the Fiamma fan that used to be in the camper van. So that's then going to draw the air up and out of the toilet room. We have a 12 volt light. We have a solar panel to run this little system. This cutest ever little battery. And we've got it set up temporarily because the solar panel is not on the roof yet. But just to show you how it works, we have got everything set up, and then the battery and the solar panel, the little charge controller, everything that we've got to make this system work will be all up in the roof space, and we'll have a switch that comes down onto the wall. So while Darren's working away there, I'll tell you that this morning in the rain, we went to the back of the house and put up a 20-watt solar panel, and then spent 20 minutes with me sticking up through that hole and Darren outside trying to poke the wire through the roof, a gap in the roof tiles, then bringing the wire down into here, and Darren's connecting it together. So there's a small charge controller that is connected up, and now he's connecting the wire for the switch to the battery, and we will have a switch round here on the wall, just a normal flick flick on off switch. We've used one of the switches that was originally in the house, so just disconnected it. I cleaned it all up with a bit of cream cleaner, came up beautiful. You ready? There you go. So we've gone from a very basic situation here in our toilet room to getting much more, well, I'm not going to say 21st century, but we might have made it to the 20th century. So, yep, we're now going to be dead posh, having a fabulous composting toilet with an integrated fan and light.
You have to hold them together.
I know, I'm not touching them.
I won't do you any harm.
There you go. Okay, so I think we'll bring that video to a close. There's a lot happened this week. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Take care, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.